border,
Do
yeah.
you think Kamala Harris did a good job managing the border?
Shit, I can answer that. No! Hell no!
I think the Central America Forward program that contributed to like $5 billion of economic growth in South Central America was like really productive for slowing migrant like movement to the U.S.
So why is it that it's the most open?
Did he say slowing migrant? I don't think this student is well informed on this subject. He says slowed migrants. It's actually the opposite. We have had an influx of migrants, illegal immigrants, since Biden took power, and Harris just made it worse. Harris actually made it an open border in every state and city in this nation. That is way worse. So I think this student should have done his research.
Border in American history. 10 million people have come into the interior of this country.
As somebody previously said, there's been more deportations, like total number, there's been more
Wrong.
deportations.
Not even close
There's
to
a
true.
net growth in, sure, but I mean, so every other country in the OECD has seen an increase from Central America.
They repealed Remain in Mexico. They
Yeah.
repealed Title 42. They're flying
separating
people.
families.
We have brought in 5% of the population of Haiti.
I don't see the issue with that, though. Like, as
You understand how big is that? 5% of the entire population of Haiti. In Springfield, Ohio alone, 15,000 in 2 years. Haitians alone, just Haitians. It's not to count Venezuelans, Mexicans, and every other race.
You don't see the issue with
allowing immigrants into our country.
No,
I mean, is that not the foundation
these
of
are
America?
these are illegal immigrants that
people
cut in
seeking
line.
refuge for the best country in the world. Isn't that the whole point of your like organization?
Well,
the U.S. is the best country in the world. Shouldn't we be obligated to like?
Yes, the US is the best country in the world does not mean that we need to take care of everybody else's problem. Just because we are the best country in the world does not mean we need to take care of every other country's problem. That's just my opinion.
Like help people that are suffering.
Yes, America is the best country. Therefore, its citizens should come first,
Yes.
not foreigners.
Exactly.
We have an obligation to our own
So the
people.
so the pathway to citizenship should become easier. Then.
No, we should deport them all back to their
We should
homelands.
deport them all back to their.
We should deport them all back to their country. Any illegal immigrant that came through the border, which is a felony, should be deported back to their country. Again, if they came through the border, the US border, which is a felony, they should be deported back to the country. Yes, I agree with that.
All back to their homeland.
All the immigrants, okay.
Well,
we shouldn't
all
make
the
it easier
illegal
for
foreigners, yes.
Okay,
Sure.
sure.
Hold on,
Which is what Biden's been doing. They've been deporting people. Like they let some in. Sure.
You are
Man,
it's
this kid is
completely wrong.
clueless.
First of all, just to give you an idea, in Springfield, Ohio, in one town, English as a second language speakers in one high school went from 250 to 1,500 kids in 2 years. These communities are being overrun. Go down to Aurora, Colorado, right down the street here. Entire apartment complexes are now being run by Venezuelan gangs. Not to mention every day an American citizen is being killed. From Laken Riley to Rachel Morin to 11-year-olds that are being killed in DUI accidents. And so this is 100%
Every day. Because of this Biden and Harris's bullshit. Every day.
on the Harris-Biden regime because they have a perspective similar to you. They think America is just an open season for the rest of the world to come in here. We have a different belief. We have a belief that our founding fathers had, which is if your government does not fulfill its obligation to its own people first, its government is not legitimate. And that's what's happening right now. Our government is now providing taxpayer-funded cell phones, hotel rooms, benefits, airplane rides, cash for foreigners, but not for Americans.
Exactly. Exactly. We are paying taxes to provide EBT, food stamp, cash, luxury hotels, shelters, free cell phones, and free flights to all these illegal immigrants. That's what they've been doing with our taxes since they took over. This government is not qualified. It's a disqualified government because they put illegal immigrants before their own citizens. Disqualified government.
If you guys, as an American citizen, want a free cell phone, they'll laugh at you. As a foreigner from Venezuelan, you get one on the southern border. You get a flight to any city that you want. You get a luxury hotel in New York City. You get taxpayer-funded health care. That is the inversion. That is elevating somebody from a distant land over our own people. When our own kids can't afford homes,
Preach.
when our own people are seeing an increase in crime, homelessness, and we have over 50,000 homeless vets in this country. It's a breakdown of the social contract.
Wait, so the government should support veterans, support
Yes.
citizens more? We should do, so we should spend more on our people with better health care, better social programs. That's literally what you just said.
We should spend it on veterans and not on foreigners.
Sure, and American citizens with
100%. They should spend that money they're using, that $2 billion budget they have for the illegal migrants. They should take that entire budget and spend it on our homeless veterans, young veterans, seniors, and just the average regular citizen that is struggling. Remember, this crisis is not only in New York, California, Texas, Illinois, Colorado. It has spilled over the nation because the mentally challenged administration of Harris has declared an open border on every state and city in this nation. This student should be kicked out of college because college is not giving him what he needs. That's my opinion.
like cheaper health care. That's what you just said.
Well, hold on. You're
free
trying
phones, airplane rides, public transit.
I
That
don't
sounds
support-
great for Americans.
No, it sounds terrible, actually.
For Americans?
Yes, government should not be giving free phones to anybody, okay?
You said that the citizens should come first in those programs.
Yes, you know how they should come first? By not having to compete against a foreigner for your job.
But I don't think that's the case, though, when most, like...
How about this? If your own perspective was correct, would you feel comfortable going in Uber right now to Aurora, Colorado, and going to those 3 apartment complexes?
I dare him. He better not. You're going to get shot. Probably you're going to get... First, you're going to get robbed. You might get sexually abused. And you might get shot. You want to avoid all those 3. I'm just saying.
I mean, according to the Aurora police, I probably would. They say the apartments complexes are not overrun.
Oh my goodness.
You should get in the car and go, go talk to anybody here and go knock on the door, and they'll extort you for cash, because we're a country that is open for looting right now. For the entire world, over 118 countries have entered the southern border. That we know of, at least 99 people on the terrorist watch list have come across the southern border. We're talking about people from Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, from Iran, people from Pakistan that are coming here and mean harm to the interior of the United States. Not to mention, we're breaking down what it means to be a citizen. A citizen should be put first above anybody else. If a government does not do that, then the government is not fulfilling its basic obligation. And the number one obligation is to make sure that its people can have a pathway to a better life and a good life. Not a variety of free stuff, but not have to compete with somebody from Brazil for a home. Not have to, no, but not sure. The way that we're not doing that is that we're in.
Why is he saying sure? I don't think this student is aware that he is in the city where 3 illegal immigrants posed as Amazon drivers to do a home invasion where there was a nanny, a 14-year-old girl, and a 6-year-old boy. I don't think he knows that. I don't think he knows that's where he's going to college in, because that is Aurora, Colorado, and that's where 3 Venezuelan gang members did a home invasion in a house with a nanny, 14-year-old girl, and a 6-year-old boy posing as Amazon drivers. Hey, he's a privileged college student.
importing the third world, and we're quickly becoming the third world.
So why don't we use our resources to improve the third world so they're not coming here rather than
Because
our job is not to fix the problem of other countries. Again, our nation is not supposed to fix other countries' issues. They choose to help, but it's not their job.
that's not the role of the American government to go.
So we should spend the same amount of money on a big old wall in isolationist America.
Yes, you think we should be concerned about Central American politics. I don't care. I care about our own people.
So then you don't care about those people that are sex trafficking
you know
children.
Why? Hold on. Of course I care about it.
You say you don't want to spend the money to make that change happen.
Number one, we've spent trillions, hundreds of billions of dollars. It doesn't do any good. Number two,
that's not true.
Number two, it is not the role of the American government to solve the problems of Panama, El Salvador, and Honduras when our own citizens are suffering and are crying out for help.
So why has the billions of dollars spent on Central American aid over the last 4 years been effective at slowing the rates of sex trafficking in Central America?
It hasn't slowed anything.
No, it's been effective.
It hasn't affected anything. What you're talking about is bribing these governments, where they then go give it to cartel leaders and say, hey, this month send 20,000 people instead of 40,000 people.
That's not what that money's going towards. It's going towards NGOs.
That is exactly what that money is going for. They just cut the amount of people they're going to send out. That's it. They're not doing anything else. I don't think this student is well informed, nor did his research, which he should have done before getting on that microphone.
Bottom-up stabilization.
Looking like an ass.
You think NGOs spend the money correctly?
Okay, not
Man,
all
you are
NGOs,
so
obviously,
naive.
sure.
By the way, more people are crossing the
naive.
Darien Gap than ever before. Not to mention, they're coming across on the CBP One app across the border into the interior of the United States in every single state. And this is why voters are ranking immigration near the top of all of their concerns. Because outside the propaganda, they're walking the streets like in Springfield, Ohio, and they see Haitians like taking ducks and eating cats. Like, you cannot continue to have a country if you import an unfamiliar third world this quickly into America.
So now there should be a path to immigration.
No, we should have no immigrants in this country right now.
No immigrants
None.
in the country.
We need a
Boom. That's what we need right now. No immigration. And I agree with that. 100% I agree with that. Until they figure out a better process, all immigration should be stopped. And every illegal immigrant that came through the border needs to be deported back to their country.
total, complete shutdown of immigration in this country until every single Gen Z person can afford a home and can get their act together and be able to afford the American dream.
So what's your path to Gen Z getting homes? Is it just kicking all brown people out?
Not brown people. I think we should.
Immigrants, yeah.
We should. Anyone that's here illegally should be deported back to their country of homeland. Yes. By the way, it's a moral position.
So H-1B visas that like generate and stimulate the economy, kick those out.
Well, that's interesting. H-1B. Who here studying computer? Anything? Anybody? Computer engineering? You guys have to compete against a foreigner for a job. That's wrong. American. Well, I actually care about the country more than the free market.
So colleges should better prepare students and better utilize government resources.
Well, college is a scam, but yes, we did that earlier.
For computer science, they shouldn't go to college.
Well, actually, you don't need to go to college for computer science.
You don't need to go to college for computer science?
You could do a coding class in a couple months.
You could do a coding.
Sadly, yes. You could do a coding class, a tech course for computer science, because basically what computer science is, you are coding. So that is, sadly, that is true. I mean, but it will save someone that's student loan debt. It's a better way.
Class.
Yes. Yeah. Alphabet is hiring right now.
You could get a job at Alphabet, Google, for taking a C++ class?
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
They're hiring coders after a 60-day coding class without having to go to...
Why does he seem so surprised, this kid? Like I said, I think he lives in his own bubble. I guess he doesn't watch enough news, because he seems very surprised by all this information Charlie's giving him.
To see a boulder and learn about North African lesbian poetry, whatever they teach it. So, but to answer your question, a country that ceases to secure its own sovereignty and does not think, I care more about my own people than the foreigners, ceases to be a country. You're a colony and you're something else. and we are seeing our generosity be taken advantage of. I am all for American charities going down to Panama and helping out. I'm all for people giving to charity. But when you start to see the government give preference and priority to not even its own taxpayers, that's why you get the rise of Trump.
So we should reallocate U.S. spending towards things that are actually effective for people in and outside of our borders.
Well,
so then we don't have people coming into our borders, and then we can help our people.
Well, no, the way, again, if they come to the border and the border is closed and you say, hasta la vista, go back to Nicaragua.
Or we spend in Central America, they don't have to come to the U.S., and then we have a better U.S. It's the same amount of spending.
No, first of all, to solve the problems of the third world would cost trillions of dollars, and that would all be laundered and not even work. And again, it's not the position of the American government to go throw money around in the Southern Triangle. Instead, it's our country's closed. We're not open for looting anymore. Go make Nicaragua great again. Or go do what El Salvador has done. El Salvador is now a safe and stable country, and they're seeing their GDP go up, and it's not because of us.
Yeah, it is. We put $4 billion into South Central America.
Hold on. No. And Bukele barely took the money. You know why it's safe? Bukele has turned El Salvador safe because he locked up all the criminals. He locked up 40,000 criminals and put them in prisons.
Exactly. Bukele cleaned El Salvador up in less than 3 years. He locked all the criminals up. He didn't take any shit. He said, you're a criminal, you're going in. That's what we need to do with the illegal immigrants here. You're illegal, then you're going out. That's what I think.
And El Salvador is now safer than America. El Salvador was the murder capital of the world, and now El Salvador is much safer than America. I think it's wrong if you guys are afraid to walk the streets of Denver at night.
That's true. I agree with that. I think it's wrong when you are afraid to walk any streets in any city, in any states at night. To Charlie's point, I'm not against helping people, but a country should help their citizens first. Well, not help, take care of them first. Because if we don't have this problem, then citizens wouldn't need that much help. Again, this is a problem they created. So I'm not against helping people, but they first, like he said, we need to shut the border down until they find a better process of knowing who's a criminal and who's not when they're letting people in, because they're letting all these people in, and you've seen how crime has gone up everywhere. And then with this stupidity of a law that Harry passed of open border in every city, state in the country, it just have gotten worse. So yes, they need to shut the immigration and the border down and deport every illegal immigrant that came through the border out. Because at the end of the day, that's a felony. But anyway, guys, just let me know what you think about this. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. Let me know if you think I'm right. Drop it in the comments if you agree with me. Please watch my other videos. They're going to be over here and over here. Share the video, like it, subscribe to support the channel, and have a blessed and exclusive day. Peace.